Hot take, cupcakes are overrated. There, I said it. Nothing beats the aesthetic of a beautifully decorated cake. Dolled Up Desserts was supposed to make you feel special, and cakes are special and incredibly rare when you have multiple allergies. Cupcakes? They're a dime a dozen. Sorry, it's true. If you were lucky enough to have ever gone to our bakery, you would have known that we never, ever made cupcakes, only full-size cakes. I could have easily increased our revenue if we started offering cupcakes. Not to mention that cupcakes are the one baked good that has the largest profit margins next to muffins. A week wouldn't pass without us getting a call for somebody requesting some sort of custom cupcake. Yet every damn time I would tell our team to refuse. There were so many bakeries in town that make cupcakes. Vegan, gluten-free, vegan and gluten-free, and that is exactly why we didn't make cupcakes. The ratio of icing to cake is never satisfying in a cupcake. They're incredibly hard to eat, and frankly, nothing beats the aesthetic of a beautifully decorated cake. Dolled Up Desserts was supposed to make you feel special, and cakes are special and incredibly rare when you have multiple allergies. Cupcakes? They're a dime a dozen. Sorry, it's true. However, I do get why people make cupcakes. I used to be one of them. Here's a little secret. The first time that I had ever made a layer cake was actually for a customer at Dolled Up Desserts. It was 2 months into owning the bakery, and someone on Instagram requested that I made them a carrot cake. Let's just say I learned a lot from that. And if I'm going to make cakes profitably and recommendation worthy, like everything that I wanted to make, I had a lot of work to do. Thus, mini cupcakes were the super inexpensive way for me to make inclusive cake. We did a lot of vegan food festivals in the first year. My logic was people at food festivals want to try a lot of different foods. They're overwhelmed with options and have a limited supply of cash, right? They might be intrigued in what you offer, but if the cost and size of what it is too big of a commitment, they probably won't go with you. So why not make the option a lot easier and have a mini version? Not only does it free up their cash to buy them several different kinds of flavors at your booth, but the profit margin on something that's mini is actually quite bigger than something big. Our mini cupcakes sold at about $2.50 each, and 4 mini cupcakes comprise one large cupcake, which I could probably sell for about $5 max. The math, it just checked out. That first summer of operating, mini cupcakes were always on the menu. My second pop-up event, Open Streets Hamilton, was a pivotal event for my business that involved cupcakes. To help garner attention in a sea of booths on a hot day, like it was like 40 degrees Celsius, it was hot. I had to make my 5 by 5 foot tent stand out. And so, to help garner that attention, I actually sewed together my own pink cupcake tent topper. I needed to communicate very clearly from a distance that I had baked goods. And, a tent with a giant pink swirl of icing and cherry and sprinkles on top, made everybody stop and stare, especially kids. Kids would pull out their parents' hands for cupcakes when they saw the tent. And boy, did I come prepared. Mini cupcakes give kids the satisfaction of having cake with icing that not only fit into their little hands, but also successfully fit into their little mouths. I made cupcakes that parents wouldn't worry about the sugar content since the cupcake was so small, and they wouldn't bat an eye at the price because it was a toonie. The cupcake tent was perfect marketing trick to stand out, and it made appearances at every single festival we went to moving forward. I actually met my first employee, Amanda, thanks to the cupcake tent on Open Streets. Her kids, at the time they were 2 and 4 years old, pulled out her hand to come get a cupcake from my booth, as intended. Amanda wouldn't feed her kids cupcakes, though, if they weren't vegan. Lucky for Claire and Jim, her children, the cupcakes were indeed vegan. When she then found out that they were also gluten-free, she had to have one because she was celiac. She took the cupcake, left, and then came back quickly after to buy more. Amanda said to me that they were the best gluten-free and vegan cupcakes that she has had in a very long time, and that was a big compliment coming from her because she was an avid baker herself. We added each other on Facebook, stayed in touch, and it was only 2 short months later that I actually hired her as my first part-time baker at Dolled Up Desserts. So as much as I think cupcakes are overrated, they've played a crucial role in building the brand that you know today. The cupcake base in the early days was always very approachable. vanilla, lemon, chocolate, red velvet, and carrot. My red velvet cake back then was, well, how do I put it? Like a big work in progress, okay? Let's just say that the red velvet cake we sold in the bakery in the last couple years was like 100 times better than it was at the beginning. But the other cupcakes were half decent. Vanilla, chocolate, and lemon did get a facelift over the years, but carrot, just like the banana muffin that I told you about a couple reflections ago, the recipe hasn't changed really since 2016. Moist, spicy, paired with toasted coconut, caramel ganache, and cream cheese icing. Our carrot cake was one of the most popular cakes at the bakery. I remember one autumn where we actually took carrot cake off the menu because we wanted to encourage customers, to try something different. We had a pumpkin spice cake that was really similar in terms of flavor profile that, we thought would make up for the lack of carrot cake. But customers were not happy that the carrot cake was gone, especially the ones that were die-hard carrot cake lovers. So we learned from that experience, and from that point forward, we never took carrot cake off the menu. Carrot cake tends to be a crowd pleaser. Chocolate and vanilla cake can be quite divisive. Red velvet is usually for basic bitches, and carrot cake, on the other hand, is like Switzerland. Everyone, whether you're a health nut or you're a sweetaholic, you can enjoy a slice of carrot cake. There is controversy regarding whether or not canned pineapple, nuts, coconut, or raisins belong in a carrot cake, and personally, I like all of them. But I know some people who have strong aversions to it. Thus, in order to keep the peace, this recipe does not include any of those mix-ins. If you do want to add them, however, because, you have a refined palate, no, I'm just kidding. If you do want to add them because you actually like them, I would suggest that you add about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of each, but no more than that. Since this recipe capsule journey is chronological, I am sticking to the cupcake version of our carrot cake recipe to help ease you into baking like we did at Dolled Up. Cupcakes are easier from a technique standpoint, and you should practice piping icing before you level up to trying to ice a cake. Trust me, you'll want to practice. The penultimate classic, I present to you our carrot cupcake. Until next time, Katerina.